Mike Jackson, everybody. Greg Calvary, we're Murphy's In-Laws. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Thanks very much.
I had a friend who knew Jim and I came here. So she had heard me talking for, I don't know, several years about Don's Depot. And so she and her husband came down here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And, well, when I saw her the next time, she said, Linda, that Don's Depot is just a dump. But some people get it and some people don't.
And if you don't get it, then I don't want to be around you anyway. Yeah, if you don't like Don's, then you suck.
I'm a fan of dive bars, and I just love dive bars because people can be who they are, and they're very unpretentious, and they are because a lot of times it's people who are living paycheck to paycheck, and they know when somebody has some shitty luck. That there's some people at their local dive bar. Oh, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? We got a kitty going for them.
You have a group of people that are in their 20s and 30s sitting up in the back. Some of them are musicians, some of them are waiters and waitresses, some of them are professionals.
The average age of Don's, I would say, is maybe 60 plus. And the thing I admire most about these folks is that they outlast me at Don's and they outdance me every night, you know.
Get it right, I'm asking you some change, dance or two. Then what could it hurt? Sit and talk a little while. I'm gonna treat you right, I'm gonna make you smile. So hold on, baby, don't you leave me so sad. I said, hold on, baby, don't you leave so soon. Don't go back, I'll give you a little more time. You walk in the door, you get the PA crowd.
I don't know of any other place that I've ever been where you can watch a 90-year-old man dance with a 22-year-old girl at her bachelorette party. I don't know of any place where you've seen this 75-year-old taking a bunch of young bucks and teaching them how to two-step that have never two-stepped before. It's incredible. And it's an anomaly. There's nothing like it.
I always enjoyed myself here. I liked the music. I did a lot of dancing. And that's primarily is what I do, since I came to Austin. I do a lot of dancing, and I don't particularly care who I dance with.
Well, I can't remember exactly when he showed up here, but he was always the best dancer in the place. And it has nothing to do with being the best dancer for his age. He's the best dancer, period. He's always good, and I remember dancing with him and being absolutely thrilled out of my mind that there was anybody who was that good a dancer.
And many of the older people that I knew just aren't around no more. So I'm considering myself the old folks.
As I began to learn his age, I started planning the birthdays every year, and the 90th is coming up, so it's going to be a blast. He's going to have family here, and he'll probably be hanging from the ceiling. But I am the one who named him the Chick Magnet, because I was sitting with him at the little table, and all these girls would come in asking him to dance. And their boyfriends would sometimes come up and say, would you dance with my girlfriend? I can't dance and you can. And husbands would you dance with my wife? I can't dance. Anyway, I said, well, Shelley, you're just a chick magnet. And it stuck. And I started getting him shirts for his birthday. So he's got all these chick magnet shirts. And I'm responsible for that, and I'm very proud of him.
And at the end of the summer, I just take them all, throw them in a washing machine.
Austin is sort of the live music capital of the world, which kind of, kill me for that, but this really defines that for me. And you know,
Often I feel like Austin does not live up to its live music capital of the world reputation. If you go to 6th Street, you're not going to be super impressed, in my opinion. If you come to Don's, I feel like you will actually feel what people for decades have felt about Austin, which is just this incredible diversity and this incredible soulfulness.
Your sweet and shiny eyes, like the stars above Laredo, like meat and potato to me. In my sweet dreams we are in a bar. It's my birthday, drinking salty margaritas with Fernando. Young and wild, we drove the 900 miles of Texas highway to the Mexican border, just as the day was coming on. Across the Rio Grande River, and we swore we'd do things our way. We happened to run into the way early on. In my sweet dreams we are in a bar, and it's my birthday, and I'm having my picture taken with Fernando. In my sweet dreams we are in a bar, it's my birthday, I'm having my picture taken with Fernando.
I call this our living room, if you will. This is when people walk in and it's their first time here. I say, welcome to the living room. You want to sit up by the band? You know, where else do you get to do that? Where you're sitting 2 feet away from the musicians. There's people that come sit behind my drum set because I kind of turn at an angle. They like to watch my feet because you don't ever get to see a drummer's feet and all the work that's going on there. All you see is the front with the hands moving. So it's definitely a unique room. I've never seen any other bar like this, and it's a lot of fun to play here. The acoustics are cool too. What other bar is covered in carpet? I think that's what gives it that feel. You know, you don't feel like you're in a bar when you walk in here. It's just somebody's big dirty house.
Sonora dances calypso, left to right is the tempo. And when she gets his attention, she goes up in the air, comes down in slow motion. Rock your body, okay, I need you. Rock your body, somebody help me now. Rock your body, okay, I need you. Rock your body, whoa, 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 whoa. Shake, shake, Sonora, shake your body now. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora. That's it.
I tried to get a gig here in 1986 when I first moved here, and we came in. My partner, I came in and talked to Don. He just told us to get the hell out. so then there's that. But he said, "Get in line, buddy." And so you know, that's my perspective. So if you and it's a very tight knit. I think it's an amazing place. I totally think it's like the, you know, if you got the music capital of the world, this is the Oval Office right here. You know,
We're so lucky and so proud to be here after all these years to not change. To me, this is old school Austin. There's dust in here from the 70s. I'm not ashamed to admit that. There's something about that old school Austin that's just been slowly getting chipped away at. And there's very few places left, and I just thank God that we're one of them. And there's going to be a time when people look back and they regret some of the decisions that have been made, especially down South Lamar and South Congress, where all the cool old businesses that are locally owned and operated are just disappearing, and they're becoming apartment complexes and condos and stuff for rich people. And that's kind of it. It's the gentrification of Austin, and it's happening all around us right now. And it's why I must say I thank God for the Ogdens and their family, for Bob, for Steve, who has now taken over that operation, and they've allowed us to have this place as a historic reference to Austin and to keep this great music going.
Carry on and remain. New light shines on you once again. Carry on and remain. The glory return to the plain.
And without them, I think the same thing would have happened, where this would probably be a skyscraper right now, and another piece of history would be gone. I think there'd be a lot of sad people.
But you open up the doors and it is warm and friendly and vibrant and loud and exciting, and it's like a warm hug. It's like an embrace when you walk in the door. Whether you've been here 100,000 times or it's your first time, you realize that you're walking into a community.
You don't get to choose your family, you know, but you can choose your friends who become your family. It's awesome, man.
But what happens here is, like, you guys come in, and all of a sudden, so many of us consider you our best friends, and that's what happens here. And people fall in love here, and they fall out of love here. And this is such a strong community. And you felt it when you got here.
Yeah, it's like a family.
Oh, yeah.
It's a family that we never had.
It feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. It feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
We started out with just this. This was an old railroad depot, Mopac Railroad Depot at McNeil, Texas.
Oh, in McNeil, yeah.
And it was owned by the Robinsons, yeah.